Hey internet, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of the Jongravesshow. 1 second. My Hero Academia. For some reason, being a hero and being a teacher is something that All Might kind of hasn't mastered yet, but I do like the fact that at the end of this episode, we do actually kind of get to see that we kind of have villains out there who actually plan on destroying All Might and actually taking and trying to rise up the ranks by actually using his death as something of a stepping stone to sort of become something, or to become legendary, or pretty much at the very least just to shake things up a little bit in the world, which would be kind of interesting. Or at the very least, at the end of this episode, they did kind of point out that All Might's injury was actually publicly known, but his powers aren't. So that is a good thing. So actually they did that. Yeah. This episode, pretty much the only people who do know that All Might is just a regular guy and that this power is passed on from them is that personal friends, the president, recovery girl, and Izuku are pretty much the only people who know that All Might is just a normal guy who doesn't have a quirk, and that this shit was passed on to him. So that is something to kind of glance on about. But still, even with that though, it's there are too many things to like about this fucking episode, especially when it kind of boiled down to all the other heroes. It's I know that a lot of them they're not gonna get a lot of screen time, or at least they're not really going to befriend Izuku, or pretty much we're not going to see them all shine here or there, or some of them are going to shine more than others. But still, when you do look at it though, it is something that does kind of present it of all these characters are cool, probably because of their powers, but not necessarily. But it's more or less in how they use them and the way how that they carry themselves. So that's something that I do kind of like about everybody here, which is that it's not their powers that make them characters. It's their personalities, what they talk about, the way how that they emote, react and everything. That's what makes them who they are. So it's actually nice to see that over the past few episodes, watching all these characters use their powers and sort of how they react and comment, that this is one of those episodes to where that when they finally did try to introduce themselves to Izuku, when he came back from I'd say recovery girl's room, it's like a lot of them do appear to be super friendly. They're nice, and they really like Izuku because he's something that they kind of haven't seen before. Just a normal guy who kind of has powers that fucking destroy his body. So that is something that is pretty nice. However, I do kind of find it funny though that after everything was said and done, they segregated to the friendly people, the goofy people, and the cool kids who don't talk all that much. So that's actually really silly, Ida's in a class of his own, but still, that's kind of crazy though. But yeah, I was kind of saving the best for last, or at least kind of jumping into the conclusion of the little fight that happened earlier on. And it seems as though that Katsuki now actually has another rival, or at least somebody that he actually sees as a rival, and it's the guy with the ice and fire abilities. And he's his quirk is nothing on his, when actually, if I think about it, if what's his name sweats out nitroglycerin, I believe nitroglycerin actually does sweat out. Well, actually, the guy can't actually stop his explosion his explosion quirk. Now, something like the physical people, of course, he could probably do that, but something like All Might or going up against the guy like Izuku, who would actually destroy his own body just to help out people. Yeah, I think his power is kind of lost on people like that. But I don't know. Until then, that is what I got to say about that. I'll see you next time on the next Jongravesshow. Tell me what you think about this down there. I'll see you next time. Keep watching anime, keep playing video games. I'm out.